Greetings and gratitude to all light forms and life workers who have found this 31 day of card magics. I am your host, the Third Eye Lion, greeting you here on day number 19. I would like you to know, wherever you are, that confidence is very important, as you can see by the title of this video, The Magic of Confidence. Whatever deck you have, we're just going to use the Astensi Tarot for today. Whatever deck, no matter how long you've had it, confidence can be learned, can be grown, can be developed. The way that I find to be confident with the cards is to associate an emotion or a feeling with each and every image in the deck, each of the 78 in tarot, and less or more with your oracle decks. And just take the basic image, how it makes you feel, who does it remind you of, what energy does it bring forth, and allow that in, let that come forth into yourself, and it will be better to say it confidently. Another thing that I do to help with my confidence is I give readings over the internet. I give email readings. I give readings to friends and family. The more time you work with your cards or any system, the more confident you will be in the act of giving readings. Know that it's not something that happens immediately. It's not something that is just a first time thing. It takes many times to understand what the backgrounds, what do the symbols, there's cups on the ground, something spilled, something not being used. Okay, how does that make me feel? Neglect. Okay, so when I see this card, neglect. Someone is neglecting love. Someone doesn't want love. Somebody is not willing to hold love, even though they're standing in the sunlight. And this is just from a confidence of looking at the image, allowing the emotions to flow without argument or, oh, this can't be that, oh, no, I can't possibly be feeling that, or no, that must be wrong. These things you really got to work on to overcome. Most readers will have them at the beginning, will have a lack of confidence. But the more you do it, the more you know that inside you are a good reader. When you look inside and you know, yes, magic is real. When you look inside and you know, yes, I have that magic inside. That's when you can really step into the confidence. That's when you can really go forth knowing that you are fine. Yeah, people are going to attack you. Yeah, people are going to say you're fake. Yeah, people are going to give you criticism. Your choice is, what do you do with it? There's two forms of criticism, and be aware of this, audience. You have the constructive criticism, the kind that brings you up and shows you how to improve. The destructive criticism shows you what you're doing wrong and nothing else. They don't want you to improve. They don't want you to find the solutions because they want to destroy you. They want to destruct you. They won't give you constructive criticisms. Those are the people who will anonymously, blindly thumbs down videos. That's fine. Either way, the video is getting more views because you clicked on it with any engagement. So understand that the more confident you become, the less the things can affect you. Just let it roll off your back. Even if it's acid, even if it's lava. You're strong enough for that. Don't feel like you're not. Because the more time you work with the cards, you will really understand that there's hundreds of generations that have lived and died who had these cards and never used them because they were afraid of persecution. They were afraid of people talking things about them. They were afraid about losing their jobs and their careers because they used these cards. That's not the case as much anymore. There's still people who are going to attack you. There's still people who are going to say you're not good enough. But you have to find a way of just loving yourself and loving what you're doing. And even when the cards make you feel uncomfortable, that is part of the confidence. This card right here, yeah. So, I don't fully know what's going on in this card. There's a woman, she has no head. Either she was just decapitated and blood is shooting out of her body, or she's never had a head and light, cosmic life force is coming from her body. Seems like she's being attacked, but she's above everyone. She has an ability. It seems like everyone else doesn't like this ability because she has no head. So, yeah, this card makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't know how to read it, but I'm confident that somebody stood up for what they believed and the community didn't like it, so they cut off their head. That's how I'm going to read this card. Is that exactly what it means? That's not what is completely important. Yes, I study the cards. Yes, I want to know what they mean. Yes, I don't go off of just intuition. I know what the cards mean. I have studied these symbols. But yes, do I add intuition? Yes, do I not always say what they're supposed to mean? Because the confidence of my speech, the confidence of what I'm saying, of how I'm saying it, of the things I'm saying is more important. So, whatever deck you use, know that this can be applied. Find a way to speak to the mirror, speak to a camera, speak to a friend or a loved one, and the more time you can learn to speak confidently, look at other people who speak confidently. There's plenty of them on the internet. And yes, all of them have received harassment, hate, attacks, slander, and other types of pushback. Because when you show up with confidence when everyone else is lacking, that scares them. And the only thing they know how to do is to attack. Because they don't know how to support themselves completely. I choose to still love them, even though that they attack me. I still choose to love all the people who say that I'm not a good reader. Because there's a lot more people who say the opposite. I choose to believe those. So, even if you have a lot more people saying you're bad than you are good, know that you have at least one person who will support you, and that's I the Lion. Thank you for finding these magics. Know that the karma really can and will always rectify things the way it needs to be. And sometimes, if you're doing bad, bad will come back. If you're doing good, that good will always come back. I hope this answered for you. Keep up the confidence and keep up the magic. You are loved powerfully and quantumly. I look forward to seeing you in the next broadcast.